Hi guys, it's that time again. A new video is ready for you. For some time, I wanted to introduce you to a super compact, super wide angle lens. In the meantime, I used it on different cameras. First classic analog on an Olympus OM30, then on a Sony A7II and III, a Canon EOS 5 DSR, and on other analog Canon EOS models. Today I want to talk about this lens. Olmypus OM, g.Zuiko Auto-W, 3.5 21mm. After presenting you the lens in detail, I will show you various adapter solutions, so that you can use this lens universally on the above mentioned cameras, and other models of the EOS-E F series, as well as on the Sony A1, A7 and A9 cameras. Afterwards, you can convince yourself of the optical quality with the help of numerous sample images that were taken with different cameras. Have fun watching. As always, I would be very happy about a like and of course, about every new subscriber to my channel. Thank you again for your time and interest. As you could already see here, the 3.5 21mm is an extremely compact lens, especially considering its focal length. Olympus lenses designed for analog photography, like the Olympus cameras that went with them, were known for their compact designs, but also for their mechanical and optical quality. The lens presented here is 31mm long, has a maximum diameter of 59mm, and weighs only 180 grams. It consists of 7 elements arranged in 7 groups. The apertures range from 3.5 to 16, with no intermediate values adjustable. You can use aperture 3.5, 5.6, 8, 11, and 16. The close focus of the Olympus lens is only 20 centimeters, and the front lens does not rotate when focusing. This makes the use of different filters a lot easier, especially the polarizing filter need no adjustment correction on its rotating mount after focusing. The mechanical workmanship is excellent. Metal and glass, and only a small amount of plastic meat here. Focusing runs smoothly, and an aperture scale is available. This facilitates the adjustment of the area to be focused enormously. You look at the aperture scale, and can thus easily see which area is in focus on the image, at the selected setting distance, and the selected aperture, and can of course thus quite easily change the area, be in focus. More about this, and many other topics of analog, hybrid and digital photography, can be found on my homepage, apertureone.four, or here in my videos on YouTube. I always get excited about a lens when its markings are engraved and filled with paint, like this lens. Adapting older lenses has become popular in recent years, with the introduction of mirrorless system cameras. It's never been easier to reuse your old glass, only this time it's digital rather than analog. Also, from the optical quality side, the introduction of mirrorless cameras has a clear quality advantage when adapting compared to adapting to SLR cameras. Due to the greater distance to the sensor surface in mirrorless system cameras, compared to SLR cameras, adapters can do without optical systems, and still enable a distance setting to infinity. However, there have always been SLR systems that allowed the connection of lenses with third-party bayonets, with the help of an adapter without their own lens system, and a focusing option to infinity. For example, lenses for the Contax Yashica bayonet can be adapted to all Canon SLR EOS cameras for the EF bayonet in the described manner. And yes, this also works with Olympus OM lenses on the Canon EF bayonet. Here you can see a corresponding adapter. These adapters are easy to get on auction platforms, or in online photo shops. Just search for Olympus OM to Canon EF. On the analog SLR camera shown here, the Canon EOS 600, the stop-down automatic exposure also works. Of course, the adaptation to mirrorless system cameras, such as the Sony A7 III here, also works without any problems. On my Sony A7 III, I have steady shot saved in my quick menu. All I have to do is enter the focal length of 21mm, and I can enjoy using a stabilized analog lens. But now I'll show you the optical quality of the lens. First, I have prepared a small comparison between the Canon EF 4.0 24-70mm length at 24mm and the Olympus OM g.Zuiko Auto-W 3.5 21mm for you. Okay, the test is not quite fair, because here 21 is competing against 24mm. But you will see that the Olympus lens on the Canon EOS 5 SR does very well against the L lens. The Canon performs slightly better in contrast and sharpness. But you see here unprocessed RAW files of a Canon 5D SR, the 50-megapixel SLR, without low-pass filter from Canon. This is a tough test for any lens. Despite the slight advantage of the Canon lens, I would definitely recommend the Olympus 21mm. Of course, 3mm more in focal length should not be underestimated either. Take a look at a RAW file here. This picture was taken with the Sony A7II and the Olympus 3.5 21mm lens. You can see the image in 100% and 200% view on a 5K monitor. The mechanical quality of the lens is excellent, and there is little to complain about in terms of optical performance. As you will see in the processed sample images, the distortion is also very low. The lens gets a clear buy recommendation from me. It is part of my Canon EOS 5D SR equipment, together with the 4.0 24-70mm length and the 4.5-5.6 70-300mm length. Thank you again for your time and interest. And here we go. You see scanned negatives, processed RAW files from a Sony A7II and Canon EOS 5D SR. See you in the next video.